In the wake of the global animal outbreak, the group scrambles to stay ahead of the horde. They evade packs of wild animals and make their way back to Ryden Global. On the road, Jackson finds himself cornered by a tiger. Its massive eyes lock on him, but for some reason, it ignores him and moves on. The team breathes a sigh of relief and presses forward. They find a new route into New Brunswick to rescue Jamie. When they arrive, the scene is chaos. Animals have overrun the house, tearing it apart, killing the owner. Jamie manages to escape into the forest, leaving behind a cub safely isolated. The rest of the team is forced to retreat, unable to help her.
I hate you for this.
Later, Mitch discovers that the gene they were trying to use has mutated. The cure no longer works. Time is running out. A government contact, Eleanor, provides the team with a plane fitted with a mobile lab, giving them a chance to develop a new cure before the NOAA objective goes into effect. Meanwhile, Jackson uncovers a terrifying secret. He carries the mutated gene. He and Chloe decide to keep this from the rest of the team. The team heads to Patagonia, where a Special Forces squad encounters a human who has mutated into a savage monster. The creature kills everyone in the squad except Dariella Marzan. She and Jackson's team manage to capture it alive and bring it back to Mitch for study, hoping it holds the key to stopping the outbreak.
Looking at where you patched him up, unbelievable, heals quick.
The team studies the mutated human and realizes he was a scientist who once worked with Dariella. Mitch examines him and discovers that his brain has mutated so severely he can no longer communicate. The team needs him alive for experiments, but Dariella, burning with revenge, kills him before they can act.
He's still in there! No, he's not.
Meanwhile, Jamie sets off for Karakay. She climbs onto a roof to signal her direction when her team returns, making her way carefully through the chaos. Along the way, she meets Logan Jones, and the two travel together toward the town. The team flies to Geneva to meet Eleanor, hoping she can explain the NOAA objective. When they arrive at her hotel, they find her dead. Swarms of electric ants have attacked, and Eleanor is their latest victim. The ants spread across the city, heading toward the Large Hadron Collider, and the team realizes that if they reach it, the city will be destroyed. Mitch and Dariella rush to the collider and manage to shut it down just in time. In a tense moment, Dariella swallows one of the electric ants, and Mitch kills it with a shock to save her. During the chaos, Mitch notices something unusual. Jackson's mutation makes the ants ignore him entirely. Chloe uncovers the full scope of the NOAA objective. It won't just kill affected animals. It could also wipe out over 2 million humans. Meanwhile, Jamie and Logan track a new problem. Beavers have built massive dams, redirecting rivers and changing the terrain. While navigating the altered landscape, Jamie discovers Logan is carrying a bag of money. She realizes he's a mercenary, hired to steal the cub, but after his team was wiped out, he kept the money and fled with it. Jamie and Logan sit by a small fire, burning the stolen money to keep warm. The flames crackle, smoke rising into the night sky. Soon, they run into Logan's former bosses, who demand the money back. Before anyone can react, a pack of wolves appears from the shadows, tearing through the men.
Watch out!
Jamie and Logan watch in stunned silence as the predators finish their work. Shaken, they finally reunite and continue toward Karakay, only to arrive and see the town burning, flames licking the horizon. Meanwhile, the rest of the team lands in Vancouver. They discover a sloth with strange powers, causing tremors in the city. Before they can act, General Davies and his NOAA objective team snatch the creature first. The group follows them to the Ryden building, where a lavish ball is underway, a front for the NOAA objective's mission to exterminate the animals using TX gas. Jackson and Abraham move quickly. stealing the sloth while Chloe and Dariella create chaos to distract the guards. In the struggle, a gas canister explodes. Smoke fills the room. Dariella manages to escape, but Chloe is trapped, left behind in the dangerous haze, fighting for every breath.
Chloe!
The team finds Chloe, but it's too late. She dies in their arms. Before she passes, she receives a message. Jamie is heading to Karakay. Grief strikes, but there is no time to mourn. They climb into their plane, determined to reach her, when suddenly Allison Shaw, Mitch's stepmother, seizes control.
You two know each other.
She's my stepmom.
Her voice echoes through the cockpit, demanding their help to track down the cause of failing crops in a nearby region. The team reluctantly agrees. Once the culprit is found, the plane resumes its course to Karakay. Jamie and Logan arrive at a school where locals are hiding, hoping for military rescue. But what they find shocks them. The group has lost hope and turned into a cult-like faction, performing ritual sacrifices to a pack of polar bears, believing it will protect them from the animals' attacks. Jamie is chosen as the next victim. Fear grips her, but with quick thinking, she and Logan breach the fence and fight their way free. Just as the bears advance, Dariella and Mitch arrive, guns blazing, rescuing them both. Back on the plane, Allison presents a yellowed newspaper from 1895, reporting strange animal behavior eerily similar to today. Mitch calls it the ghost gene, the same mutation affecting Jackson. To find answers, the team heads to Portugal, searching for a rare jellyfish held by a venom dealer. The dealer strikes a deal, deliver a venomous spider, and the jellyfish is theirs. They succeed, but the dealer betrays them and refuses the trade. In anger, the team releases the spiders, forcing the dealer to face the deadly swarm. Chaos erupts as General Davies' soldiers arrive, aiming to capture them. Jackson snaps under pressure, nearly killing a soldier in a rage. Tensions flare, and a shocking truth emerges. Robert, Jackson's father, is still alive. Davies' goal is clear: capture Jackson to force Robert to aid in the NOAA objective, a plan that could endanger the entire world.
I'm not telling you anything until I see my son.
Jackson digs graves under a gray sky, muttering the same strange riddle over and over. All good children are growing teeth. Mitch and Abraham watch him, realizing something has snapped. They decide to take extreme measures. Using a hypnotic technique, they try to pull Jackson's mind back to his childhood, to the time before Robert's experiments took over his life. Anger burns in Mitch. Years of resentment toward Robert for killing lab animals for experiments finally explode.
I told you not to name the animals. They're tools.
He storms into Robert's old lab and sets it ablaze. Flames swallow the machines, vials, and papers. In the firelight, the truth of Jackson's riddle becomes clear. It references a nucleobase tied to the ghost gene, the mutation controlling everything strange about him. Slowly, Jackson recalls injections from his father, and the shocking thought hits him: Robert infected me on purpose. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is in a quiet English village. The villagers are exhausted, hiding in a church from something they cannot name. Jackson's absence weighs on everyone, but survival cannot wait. They dig up a grave to retrieve the triple helix, a key piece of the puzzle. After the work is done, Dariella makes a hard choice. She stays behind to escort the villagers to safety while the team moves on. Jackson discovers his mother is missing. The team immediately heads to Botswana, desperate to find her. On the flight, the plane is suddenly stormed by General Davies and his soldiers. Chaos erupts, guns fire, and the team fights back. In a swift counterattack, they manage to capture Davies. Abraham's fury takes over. He interrogates Davies, extracting every scrap of information. One truth shocks him: Robert is still alive. Abraham decides to keep this secret from Jackson, fearing the weight would break him. Meanwhile, Jamie's growing trust in Logan shatters. She realizes Logan set up Davy's attack and is preparing to parachute out mid-flight. Heart pounding with betrayal, Jamie acts fast. She fires a tranquilizer dart. Logan hits the air, plummeting into the unknown, leaving Jamie staring at the empty sky, torn between fear and fury. The team lands in a camp in Botswana. Jackson finally finds his mother, but she isn't herself anymore. She carries the same ghost gene he does, and it has pushed her into a wild animal-like state, just like Kovacs back in Patagonia. When she suddenly attacks Abraham, Jackson has no choice. To save his friend, he ends her life. The moment breaks him. At the same time, Mitch heads to Helsinki to track down the last piece of the triple helix puzzle. He visits Max Morgan, a cryptozoologist and Mitch's estranged father. Mitch hates asking for help, but he has no other option. Max reveals something shocking. The bones they're looking for belong to a saber-toothed cat, not extinct after all. A living one still roams a remote Pacific island called Pangaea.
This is remarkable.
Back at camp, Abraham makes a painful confession. Robert, Jackson's father, is alive. Worse, years ago, Abraham may have been the reason Jackson's mother was infected in the first place. The truth pushes Jackson over the edge. His behavior shifts. He retreats into something animal, and then he runs into the night. Meanwhile, Dariella guides the English villagers toward a safe zone. They're close when a herd of horses charges at them. Dariella quickly sees the pattern. The horses are ignoring everyone else and going straight for her. She draws them away, giving the villagers a chance to reach shelter. Only later does she finally reunite with the team, tired but alive. Jackson disappears, and Mitch and Abraham follow his tracks and anything that feels like him, desperate to find Jackson before General Davies gets there first. If Davies captures him, the cure dies with him.
Look, he just turned south. You hear that, Mitch?
Okay, yeah.
Meanwhile, Jamie, Dariella, and Allison arrive in Russia for one final attempt to stop the country from joining the NOAA objective. They stand in cold halls, make their case, and hope someone in power still listens before the world reaches a point of no return. At the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C., Mitch and Jamie find themselves trapped as animals burst through windows and hallways. They fight their way out, carrying the proof they need. Far away, Jackson finally hears the truth he has chased for years. The answers come from someone he never expected, someone who knows exactly how deep Robert's work truly went. Now, Mitch and Jamie take a risk that could end the NOAA objective forever. Their plan is bold, messy, and dangerous, but it's the only way left. Soon after, the whole team reunites on Pangaea, the island filled with creatures believed long extinct. There, the last pieces of the cure finally come together if they can survive long enough to finish it. When the team and Logan arrive on Pangaea, the island is different. Silent, wrong. The scientists are dead, wiped out by hybrid creatures roaming freely. During the final escape, the hybrids break toward the group. Mitch stays behind, giving himself up so the others can reach the plane and save Clementine from the TX gas. His last look tells them everything they need to live. When the team reaches the safe zone, Clementine's mother and stepfather are already gone. The cure works on Clementine, but a new horror rises. Birds from Pangaea have spread across the globe, and yes, the animals are healed. But Jackson studies his father's files and finds the hidden cost. The cure has sterilized every human on Earth. 10 years later, humanity is aging, shrinking, and unable to grow. Hybrids now walk the mainlands. Abraham and Dariella attend their son's graduation, one of the last children born before the cure took effect. There, Abraham meets Clementine, now 21. Her eyes hold a secret she has carried for years. She tells him Mitch is alive, and he's working on a way to fix everything.